Hello my friends, Operator Starsky with a daily update from Ukraine. Today is day 533 of the terror Russian invasion. The past several days were quite intense in terms of active combat in our area and along the front line. There were 30 clashes with the Russo fascists. The invaders concentrated a lot of troops near Kupiansk and attempted several attacks that were deflected by the Ukrainian defenders. Same situation in Klishivka and Druzhba near Bakhmut, where unmotivated Russian mobiks were sent into a meat grinder and lost at least a company of men dead. Around Avdiivka, Russians actively used their aviation and artillery. The attacks were also deflected, same in Mariinka, where orcs gained no ground despite heavy losses among the advancing infantry. Around Staromayorskaya, Russians attempted to return the lost positions, but usually it's a tough task when you are dead. Also, in Zaporizhia Oblast, the Russian attacks were deflected south of Novodanilivka. As a result of numerous failed attacks, the Russian invaders lost impressive number of tanks. 16 were destroyed in just 24 hours, also 13 armored vehicles and one more helicopter. 580 Russian fascists were eliminated on the Ukrainian soil, and more than 800 were killed on a day before yesterday. Let me remind you that humiliation of the mighty and scary Russian Federation continues for 533 days, but the imbeciles keep repeating the same stupid mantra, claiming Russia hasn't even started fighting for real. The closer the defeat of the terrorist federation, the more calls for negotiations will be heard from Russians and their influencers on the West, because that's the only thing that can save the invaders from the shameful withdrawal from Ukraine, like it happened around Kyiv, Chernihiv, Sumy, Kharkiv, and Kherson Oblast. Between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m., the Russian terrorists conducted a drone strike involving 10 Iranian Shahed drones, built and delivered by the Khamenei's regime, as we all know, to kill the Ukrainian people. The drones were launched in Kursk Oblast, Russia, and 7 of them were intercepted over Ukraine. We have information that an oil-producing facility was destroyed in Rivne Oblast, but there were no reports about the civilian casualties as of now. Overnight, the Russian fascists conducted an airstrike on Kupiansk using bombs against civilians. Several residential buildings and the town hall were damaged. A strike on the residential area of Zaporizhia took lives of 3 civilians, 9 were injured, including an 11-month-old child. The Russian missile that hit Zaporizhia was identified as X-35. Yesterday, Russians also imitated launches of hypersonic missiles using their radio-electronic warfare equipment. It happens quite often in the past months. There are a couple reasons why the Russians were so mad yesterday, besides losing impressive number of vehicles and conducting failed attacks. Yesterday, around 10 a.m., it was reported that the Russian Army Command was eliminated due to a strike in Novokakhovka, losing high-ranked officers. Also, several strategic enterprises in Russia were destroyed, including a huge factory in the Moscow Oblast producing optics. And judging from this footage, not only optics were produced there before the factory disintegrated. Additionally, largest Moscovian airports, Vnukovo and Domodedovo, were paralyzed due to the unrecognized drones spotted in the area. The armed forces of Ukraine performed a successful operation on the left bank of Kherson Oblast around Kozachyi Lagery, establishing a foothold and taking quite a few prisoners. They also shared a video of eliminating the Russian strike drones operators. Also, if a girl dumped you and you feel bad, the Russian ruble feels even worse. I remember this winter when the dollar was equal to 50 Russian rubles. The orcs were bragging how strong the Russian currency became despite sanctions. Now it's fucking nothing, and it's just the beginning of the deteriorating Russian economy. Despite the odds, the Ukrainian defenders keep fighting for their freedom with the help of the free world, and the terrorist federation is slowly but steadily approaching its inevitable demise, because evil never wins. My name is Operator Starsky, reporting from Donbass, Ukraine. As always, be safe.